And welcome back as we're just underway to second half action here at John Polanyi High School, located on Lawrence Avenue West, just east of the Allen Expressway. And right off the bat, BTB is coming back in a very ferocious way.
This is exactly what Ali had to do. He had to get himself to the free throw line and get a couple easy ones to get himself going. Great job there defensively, getting a steal and turning it into an opportunity to get a couple free throws.
Yeah, Gary, we always talk about those first 5 minutes of the second half. That could be a snapshot of things to come from Ahmed Ali. He's got some recruiters looking for him at the junior college level in the States.
Oh yeah, the kid has a ton of ability. He can definitely a great touch, and it's great to see him get off to a good start here in the second half.
Second player in history to pop over 100 points. The other being Denham Brown, who scored 111 in 2003 for West Hill when they crushed R.H. King. Gary, you remember that time, but Denham Brown played most of his high school basketball right here.
Exactly,
at Bathurst Heights.
Exactly. There's something about this place right here.
Maker with the jumper, did not drop. That's not his shot, Gary.
You know, he has that ability, Dana. He can shoot from outside, but I think BTB would be happy if that's where he shot from the rest of the evening.
Here's Mohamed. He's able to hit it, and the fans are getting warmed up here in the second half.
Oh, yeah, from down 16 to down 1. Like I said, very resilient team, this BTB.
1 point difference between these two squads. Quentin Gray with the three, and he quieted the crowd very quickly.
Oh, he sure did. That's a great shot right there. Well timed by Quentin Gray.
Jumper from outside, and that shot came from the short corner, did not drop. Here comes AI. Barnes off the glass. He was set up quite well by Jogo. Gonna put it back outside. Gray. A lot of composure out there. Barnes. That jumper by Dante Mitchell didn't drop. Maker had it go off his hands. Here's Ali with the ball.
Ooh.
Puts it up off the glass.
Oh, whoop-de-doo. Yo.
Shake it big to the glass.
Ali is very ferocious in that transition.
Mitchell. This is Dante Mitchell. A lot of players very familiar with him. Experience from GTA Bounce. That's a shot from outside. Quentin Gray.
Gray has just saved them here in the second half. A couple of well-timed three-pointers.
Outstanding shooting guard in the lineup for AI.
Playing very good defense also, Mr. Gray.
Mohamed.
Yes.
He's hot.
Yes, Mohamed continues to stay hot. Get hot, stay hot.
Liban Mohamed. They bring it within 2.
Thon with another 3, something BTB can certainly live with.
Joshua White with that strong defensive rebound. Here he is at the top. Ali with the jumper.
Hey!
And there's a bit of a showmanship with him.
Yeah.
He struts like a peacock out there on the floor.
Oh yeah, well, you know, I think he went scoreless in the first half. He came out and did the right thing. Let his defense be his offense, had a nice steal, got to the free throw line, hit both. In transition, converted a beautiful layup, and now the basket's as big as a garbage can.
AI responds, they're up by 1. Here's Maker with the ball, they push it. Quentin Gray sets up for Maker. Gonna put it up off the glass. He was pinned by Joshua White, but there's a foul on the play. 6:27 left here in the third quarter of play. 1 point lead for AI.
Good defensive play by Joshua Gray. You see Athlete Institute just putting it up in the air for Thon. He took his time, gathered himself, and drawed the foul.
Cordell Veira also having an influence there defensively. But here's Maker at the line. A lot of fans watching all the action.
I really love the effort that BTB is doing defensively. They've just got to really stick to their system and do a better job of boxing out. Good look at Thon Maker.
He's had offers from all over North America to come and play basketball at the level, but it's a matter of making a commitment, and he reclassified. So certainly being compared to DeAndre Ayton from USA, and BTB Academy responds, we're tied at 56.
We've got a hell of a ball game here, Dana. Both teams just so confident, so unselfish, really good basketball to watch. We're just blessed to have front row tickets here tonight, Dana.
Let's put the size of it. Here's Jogo off the glass, and he's fouled on the play. We're talking about Maker and the fact that DeAndre Ayton from USA for the top prospect in 2017, because Thon had reclassified. He wants to come out at the same time as his brother, and it looks like it could be a package deal going to Indiana.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite sure what they will end up doing, Dana, but both guys have so much potential and they can go wherever they want. I'm sure there isn't a school out there that wouldn't take these guys.
Here's Jogo at the line. Misses on the back end of 2. Pressure on the ball, and they cause a turnover. Maker's got the ball, looking to go to the glass.
And that's what Maker's got to do, Dana. He's got superior size and great ball handling skills. He's got to get in there and get fouled or throw it down with some authority.
Going to check back into the game, Dakel Brooks. Brooks played in the North Pole Hoops East Coast Showcase. Originates from North Preston, Nova Scotia. Played his high school ball at Auburn Drive High School.
You know, Dana, there's been some really good players lately coming out of Nova Scotia. They're doing a very good job out there. I spoke to a gentleman known as a mayor out there by the name of Putty, and they're always in the gym putting in work out there. Shout out to everybody in Scotia, down home.
You always seem to know these players that have only one name, or these personalities that only have one name. You don't know their full names, you just know them by their nicknames.
There's no, you know, names like Biggs, like I said, or a good buddy who passed away playing a game he loves. You know, Putty, who is known as the mayor. You go anywhere in Nova Scotia, or anywhere in Canada for that matter, and say Putty, they know who you're talking about.
Got a foul on the play. Mauro Sardoni calling the foul. That's against Dante Mitchell, so we'll see Ali going to the line for BTB.
It's great to see Ali get involved in this game. His team really needs him, as does this crowd.
Well, he's certainly a catalyst to not just to the team, but to the crowd here. He's a fan favorite. Hits both from the free throw line.
He really is a difference maker here tonight, Dana. His play in the second half has been just huge.
Quentin Gray, Jogo from down low. Here's Maker from outside to Jogo. He's looking to drive, looking to take it to the rack.
Really good contest there. Joshua White just being Mr. Defense inside there, man. Very good defense.
Maker with a nice pass to Mitchell, and Mitchell's able to put it up high off the glass.
I like Mitchell. Very good finish. Long guard, good defender. Always in the right place at the right time.
Outside, Ali.
Yep, he's heating up, Dana. He's a microwave man. Really cold in the first half. Second half here, incredibly hot.
His brother Yusuf is in the crowd today.
Yes. Yusuf came over and said hello. Really nice kids, both him and his brother.
Here's Quentin Gray. The shot, that was a three-point attempt. It looked more like 4. He was far outside. Ali with the ball. Nice crossover, gonna put it up. And a foul is called on the play. He's going to the line. He's playing with a whole lot more tenacity here in the second half.
Dana, that's what a basket will do for you. The young man went scoreless in the first half, got himself to the free throw line, and all of a sudden, it's the Ahmed Ali show, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's Ali at the line. And they've had to play with a whole lot of zest coming into this second half, because they were down by 15 in the first half.
Oh yeah, but again, we said they're a resilient, man. I just love the confidence of these kids. It's not easy to come back from being down 15 when your best player is having such an off night. So my hat's off to BTB Prep.
They've moved BTB defenders back into their own zone, except for Ali at the line.
Well, they're in a 2-3 zone here, Dana.
They've mixed it up defensively. We've seen a 1-3-1. We've seen a man half court, and now we see a 2-3.
And that's what you got to do against a team that's so good offensively as Athlete Institute. You've got to give them different looks.
Maker on the turnaround, and there's a foul on the play.
Yeah, not a good foul there at all.
3:59 left here in the third quarter of play. A 3-point lead for BTB as they fought back.
That's a shot I'd be willing to live with. If you can force Maker, the most dominant guy in high school basketball around here, to shoot threes, he can have it.
A lot of basketball tournaments coming up, Gary, including the St. Mike's tournament, the third annual Call of the Wild. David Suzuki Secondary School in Brampton, probably the most colorful title of a name of a tournament here in Ontario. And then the Father John Redmond tournament in Rexdale coming up next month as well. So certainly lots of action to continue at the prep school and high school level here in Toronto.
Dana, I absolutely love it. We know what an engagement tool sports are, but basketball has become the fastest rising, the biggest sport here in Canada, and nothing engages our kids like this. So it's just great to see.
Oh, no doubt. It's a very hot sport, and corporate Canada knows that very well.
And they're getting involved. We see our kids being sponsored by Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. You know, it's wonderful to see.
Quentin Gray with the ball. And there's a foul called on the play. 3-point lead for BTB.
Great job by Quentin Gray drawing the foul there. BTB very aggressive defensively. Very smart play there. Get a good look at Gray there. Got away with an offensive foul there as he cleared his defender out with the offhand.
It's funny how our replays really truly show the story.
Yep.
Excellent job by our replay crew to show that.
Cameras.
Yeah, exactly. Maker, look out! And he jams that one.
And again, that speaks to the unselfishness, just always looking for the better pass or the better shot.
He was set up so well on the play. 1-point lead for BTB. Nice move, looking to drive outside. The shot by Dean Andrade. Played his basketball prior to BTB with Jean Vanier High School, Richmond Hill. His father, Dean, is here tonight. Replying, Tyrell Lintwell.
I just love how confident these players on both teams are, but I got to tell you, the young men on BTB, they may not have the same size, but they compete, boy.
Gray outside to Jogo. Jogo, Scott. Defended well. Gray with the shot from outside. That's a three.
That's Gray's third three, Dana, from different parts of the court of the gym here. This young man can score. He can really
hot.
shoot that three.
A 1-point lead in favor of Athlete Institute. The jumper in the paint from Joshua White. Here's Ethan Scott. Look to push it. He's going to slow it down. Inside, Maker. Left-handed sky hook. No, he's going to take it to the rack himself, and he fouled on the play.
Yeah, the sky hook was a little short, but he knew it and followed it. Great stick-to-itiveness, as we call it in basketball.
At 7 feet tall, going to the rack.
Barely got off the ground, but it looked like he was shooting it down into the rim, Dana. The air up there.
Good look at Coach Adil on the sidelines. Certainly confers a lot with his assistant coaches on operations both on and off the floor.
That's a sign of a good coach, Dana. You've got to use the people around you. Use your team. Keep them engaged. Seek other opinions as long as you're surrounded by people you trust.
73-69 in favor of AI. 1:46 left here in the third quarter of play. Andrade outside. Vieira at the top. Here's Dakel Brooks. Clock winding down. The shot goes off the rim, and shot clock is going to be a factor here as we go into the fourth.
Well, I don't like the last two shots by BTB. I think they're waiting too far into the clock as opposed to taking the best shot available.
Maker. Jogo, and he was fouled on the play. Cordell Veira on the foul, and Jogo's going to go to the line. That's a two-shot foul.
We'll have to see that replay. That one looked a little clean there from this angle, from our vantage play, but just the unselfishness. Look at this, beautiful oh yeah, there was a foul. Just great unselfishness by Athlete Institute there, really willing to share the ball.
Jogo's got some pretty good offers, as we had mentioned earlier, from several NCAA schools. That includes Butler, UNLV, and Tennessee. We've seen a lot of action with several players now at UNLV, or have been in the past, including Anthony Bennett, who comes from this region. #1 draft pick a couple of years ago in the NBA.
Yes, UNLV every year has had a couple of Canadian kids. There are a couple out there now, like Poyser, and there's rumors others are heading there as well. So great to see them show such interest in our Canadian kids. That's a very storied program.
Jalen Poyser, whose father Mark played at one time with West Humber Vikings. Basketball, it's amazing to see all the talent that is now growing.
Yes.
After their fathers had starred here in Toronto as high school basketball players.
Exactly, and I think that's a big part of why they're as good as they are, because they had a man in the house that played the game and can teach them the game. That's the evolution of the sport here in Canada.
Kyle Alexander is now at University of Tennessee. Here's Gray with a shot outside. Now at University of Tennessee, his father was a dominant, probably one of the most dominant basketball players to ever play in Toronto.
Absolutely.
And we got a foul on the play.
Definitely one of the most athletic in Big Joe.
And David Joseph, whose sons both played for Pickering High School team that won an OFSA championship. And here we are now with Corey Joseph, starring with the Toronto Raptors.
Right, and DeVoe overseas doing his thing.
Playing in a very tough European division.
The Clarks have been a family that has done similar with Julian and what's his brother's name, Dana?
Brody.
Brody. Their dad was dominant. Their dad and their uncle were both dominant players over at Oakland Collegiate and for a national program.
Here's AI coming back in action. Quentin Gray on the play. Clock winding down here in the third quarter. On the drive, nice move as Levi Smith is able to put it up.
Nice steal and just a great finish there. Great drive, good transition, a little misdirection, getting his defender.
He's been impressive too. He's got that good vision and passing ability. Here he is at the line.
Yeah, he's a very steady player. He's good defensively, looks for his teammates, and when he has the green light, he definitely goes ahead.
Set up outside. Here's Ethan Scott. And he was blocked on the play. That's a nice move by LaSalle Tyndale. And Tyndale's been vital to the BTB lineup, especially during that turnaround of the 15-point difference.
Yes, really good defense, great rebounding, and just doing whatever his team needs. Great job.
Well, we've got ourselves quite a basketball game. 2-point lead in favor of Athlete Institute. That big change, the transition from 15 points down in the first half to now a 2-point difference here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we knew it would be a close one, Dana. Both these teams are familiar with each other. And like I said, one team is long and skilled. The other team is a little smaller, but boy, are they ever ferocious, man. They're very intense and confident.
And no doubt many schools across Canada and the States making notes on these particular players and these lineups. And many have been chronicled in all publications all over North America. As a matter of fact, all over the world.
For sure, Dana.
I picked it up in the Las Vegas newspapers, Los Angeles, USA Today, New York Times. They're making note of how hot Toronto basketball is.
Oh, yes, yes. Everybody in the game knows about Canada. And like I said, all roads lead to Canada. Something very special is happening here.
Have to look at some of these unfamiliar faces that are sitting in the crowd, and you know that they're from other schools from across North America. Gary, let's check out our websites again for all the fans. Watch Rogers TV Sports, rogerstv.com/Toronto Dub Request. And we also go to Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association at OntarioSBA.com. And just a wealth of information. All the lineups, schedules, scores, and standings all up on the website. Great to see. A lot of high school basketball coming up as well. As mentioned, we've got the St. Mike's tournament, Father Redmond's tournament, the David Suzuki tournament. There must be at least 10 to 15 more tournaments coming up.
Oh, yeah. And like I said earlier, man, it's just great to see how the sport has grown and just continues to engage kids from all over the world that live here in Toronto.
Take a look at this highlight package. Nice crossover by Ahmed Ali, who I call Muhammad Ali.
Yes, he certainly carries himself with the confidence of Cassius Clay out there.
Yeah. Plays with a lot of confidence out on the floor. He's very much a showman out there.
Oh, yeah. Crowd favorite for sure.
Well, if he doesn't make the NBA, he can certainly play with the Harlem Globetrotters because he's got that kind of ability.
No, he can definitely score, and he's a showman.
We're here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ali with the ball. These are defining moments for BTB and Athlete Institute. Ali kicks it outside. Looking to drive, he was stuffed on the play by Maker. That was Levi Smith III going to the rack. Correction, that was Cordell Veira looking to go to the rack, and look at this. Maker ate him raw, but there's a foul on the play.
Just a great defensive play, man. I'm not quite sure if there was somebody there, but Maker definitely had him up top.
I can tell you this much, that's a gutsy move by Vieira to take it against a 7-foot center like that.
Oh, yeah, and you've got to do that. You've got to go into shot blockers. You cannot go away from them. They'll eat your food alive. I think it might have been the off elbow there, Dana. We'll wait to see the replay, but I think it might have been the off elbow. But up top, there was nothing up top. Clean block up top.
And the shot, it's the second of 2 from the free throw line. Let's take a look at this one again on the replay. Wow.
Yeah, it was a big block.
I didn't see a whole lot of contact there as AI is able to put it up off the glass, maintain that 1-point lead.
They say it goes down in the DM, it's going down in the paint.
It's now a 3-point lead, 76-73 with 9:14 left here in the fourth. Mohamed from outside, that's a 3, he ties it up.
Mohamed, he has been hot all game.
Nice stroke from the pocket. Here's Maker, looking to put it up off the glass.
Oh, yes.
Traveling violation. Maker doesn't want to give up the ball. He wants to compare notes with Mauro Sardoni, the veteran official. Not going to happen. Sardoni's been around this circuit too many times.
Just again, I think the intensity and the defensive tenacity of BTB beginning to get to AI just a little bit there. They're doing what they should be doing with Maker the entire time, which is defend him in a gang style. He's too good to be played by one guy. Everybody's got to get down there, and especially in the paint, and help out.
Liban Mohamed is going to inbound the ball, and right off the bat, Athlete Institute is going to implement a full court press.
Looks like the right call for sure. I think Maker needed to let that ball go. You can't jump up in the air with the ball and bring it back down.
And while we have this delay, Ahmed Ali pulls down the short of Dante Mitchell. I'm surprised that there wasn't any action there. Mitchell's twice the size of Ali.
Anything to get an edge.
Here's Ali looking to kick it outside. Vieira with the shot. Jogo comes down with the defensive rebound, and they push it. Gray.
Beautiful penetration and picture by Ali.
That was an air ball throwing up. Here comes BTB. LaSalle Tyndale. He's been vital to this lineup.
definitely. His size has definitely helped his squad and his ability to handle the ball as well. Oh.
Wow, Mohamed had nowhere to go. He left his feet. Here's Maker looking to jam it. And he'll just put it up a finger roll, and he'll get the easy deuce.
Oh yeah, finger roll way over the rim. Young man did what we tell our players not to do there. Mohamed jumped in the air to pass and had nowhere to go.
Ali looking to get a foul on the play. That's not going to happen. And Dante Mitchell made him pay for it and takes him up off the glass.
Nice
Tyndale
basket.
responds off the glass. We're going back and forth, Gary.
Oh yeah, great job by Coach Adil there not to take a timeout. Most coaches would take a timeout. He had confidence in his squad, and they were able to turn it around there. Get a nice bucket.
Gray, Jogo from the top of the key. That's 3.
That's a big-time shot right there. Put him up. Much needed shot.
5-point lead with 7:21 left here in the game. And no matter how much you get production out of Ali, that it's still not enough because Athlete Institute is always going to come back on you.
Well, they're so good. They got 10 Alis over there, so everybody has to play well for BTB to have a chance.
So, bit of a break in the action here. Here's BTB looking to inbound the ball. Mohamed outside. He's able to drain it. Love to see what his shooting percentage is over the course of this game.
Mr. Mohamed has just been on fire. He's in a class all by himself here tonight, shooting the ball like Steph Curry.
Jogo, and he hits the 3. So every time BTB puts something up,
right,
he'll hit it. And Jogo turns around to the crowd and says, hey, that's just me.
Ooh, nice take. Everything but the finish on that one, Dana.
Levi
Beautiful.
Smith III, and it's intercepted. Here's Mohamed
Oh
with another
my God.
shot.
Here's Mohamed again.
Another 3. And all of a sudden he brings it back within 2.
Wow. It's a Liban Mohamed show here tonight, guys.
Jogo outside. The shot and another 3 put up by Athlete Institute.
Oh my God.
They're hitting everything in sight.
What a three-point contest going on here tonight. Shootout at BTB.
AI keeps that 5-point cushion. Here's Smith III. Matched up against Ethan Scott. That's no easy feat.
Woo.
Still able to get it up off the glass.
Mr. Scott III doing what he does. Just such a steady player. Does what his team needs.
Ethan Scott with previous experience playing with IMG Academy during the summer of 2014. He also played at St. George's College in Vancouver. That's where Bo Kong played. If you remember Bo Kong.
Oh yeah, here's Scott with the rebound.
Tyndale on the drive.
Wow, look at the
outside,
unselfishness.
here's Mohamed. And it did not drop. Mohamed again on the pass. He was the cutter. Jogo throws it up. Maker. And he was being set up for another alley-oop by Tyrell Litwell. Wow, Gary.
Fast-paced action here, and boy, is this crowd ever into it, Dana. The coaches are into it. The crowd's into it.
You talk about rivalry, and we've seen rivalries in the past, whether it was Oakwood and Eastern Commerce, or some of the others like Bathurst Heights playing against Martin Grove or West Hill.
Oh yeah, well tonight this Athlete Institute versus BTB Prep rivalry is as good as any.
Maker's at the line. Hits the first of 2.
Maker's very tough, Dano. Anytime you see a big man that can shoot not only threes but his free throws this well, he's a force to reckon with.
Gary, you were on a scholarship at one time at Florida Atlantic University, former NCAA slam dunk champion as well. What advice do you offer these athletes before they take their scholarships?
Well, just to, first of all, academically, you know, you've got to learn how to stay eligible. Remember what you're going to school for, and just stay focused, man. And especially nowadays where the league is a possibility, if you're willing to work hard and you have that ability, just keep improving. Surround yourself with good people and keep working hard.
Good advice. Jogo put up a 3-point attempt, picked picked off by Ethan Scott. He puts it up off the glass. Intercepted on the play. 2 steals. Maker was set up by Ethan Scott. That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, Scott just put it a little bit too high that time.
Rebounding. Jogo comes up with it. This is back and forth. Quentin Gray. And he misses on the drive as it goes high up off the backboard in the rim. I'm looking at Brandon Lasovsky, the head coach of Athlete Institute. Not too impressed on that drive. He's going to the bench. Dante Mitchell's going to check in. Jogo's going to take a breather.
What a game here tonight, Dana. Both teams really want this. Kids really leaving it on the court here.
I think there's more people here than there is at the Air Canada Center to watch a Raptor game.
Not sure about that. This place cannot hold it, but boy.
Ali. Here's Quentin Gray. Got a bit of a Hollywood look to him. Maker on the turnaround. He's got that left-handed hook.
Oh, yeah.
It's been very important to his offensive arsenal, Gary.
Oh, yeah. I'm a dexterous big man. Like I said, this kid looks like he lives in the gym. He's also gaining some weight, getting a little stronger.
And up off the glass, and Athlete Institute are going to take control of the ball. Maker on the jumper. He pulled up on the play. I'm not sure that's his jumper.
But you know what, Dana? He's getting a chance to improve at that and extend his game. So.
Well, he sure made mincemeat of that last shot.
Oh, defensively, he can play volleyball whenever he wants.
Ali kicks it outside. Veira. BTB gone a little bit cold in the past minute or so. Here's Mitchell with the ball.
Yeah, they might need a timeout offensively. They've lost their mojo the last little while here.
Here's Ali. Veira able to hit the shot. Vieira's been huge.
Yeah, he's steady, Dana. This is a guy that can score in a variety of ways, and good to see him have some success.
A timeout is called. 93-90 in favor of Athlete Institute. On the clock, 2:47 left here in the ball game, and Gary, we've been entertained here in the ball game.
Oh yeah, it's been a nail biter. With the exception of earlier in the game when BTB was down 16, it's been a close game here. Both teams have excellent offensive players, and everybody came to play tonight.
Good look at Mohamed again. He's been huge. He's kept BTB in this ball game with some key shots.
Yeah, he's been the most consistent offensive player for both teams here tonight.
Take a look at him. That's just a highlight package on Liban Mohamed.
Oh yeah, Joygo has been also steady. He's had put himself in a position to have quite a game here tonight.
Certainly like to thank all the girls that are helping out here today at the gymnasium, including Nicolette, who've done an outstanding job in facilitating the score table. It's always important.
Yeah, the school spirit here is incredible. I think they should put together a video to send to schools out there as to how to support your school and just get involved.
Gary, we've got websites to offer to all the basketball fans. RogersTV.com/Toronto Dub Request. And also Ontario Scholastic Basketball Association at OntarioSBA.com. These two teams are going to check back in for what I think is just going to be a flurry of activity on the floor.
We've got 2 minutes and 47 seconds left, prepared to be entertained.
They check the ball in. Here's Quentin Gray. Jogo outside to Gray. Maker at the top. You got Tyrell Lutwell outside, playing the wing. Here's Maker going to the rack. And he's able to get it up off the glass.
Huge bucket there. And Maker doing exactly what he needs to do, which is go inside.
Athlete Institute going to go to the bench. They've called a timeout with 2:25 left here in the fourth quarter. Again, let's take a look at this, Gary.
Again, Maker just, we've seen him take a lot of threes and so forth, but that time doing exactly what he needs to do. He's the biggest man in the gym, going to the rim, great decision.
Got a little bit of friction as we see Ali going to the bench and comparing notes with Coach Adil. So certainly, you know, there's some action on and off the floor right now.
You know, basketball is such an intense and emotional game. It's passion-filled. It's all passion.
Certainly like to shout out to the principal of John Polanyi High School here, Ahmed Fahad, who very nice man coming over to help us out and facilitate this game, and certainly respect to the students and the teachers here at the school.
Oh yeah, brought us some water, for which I'm most grateful. Welcomed us to his school. Good leadership, very good leadership.
And certainly a presence to all the students here in the school. Good look at all the fans here at John Polanyi High School, and they're very supportive of the BTB Academy program here. They know all the kids in the school. High fives everywhere.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm very impressed with the school spirit here, where kids are engaged here. Really good to see.
Lots of parents are here too. They got off work early to come and see this matchup.
One of the things I noticed too, Dana, that the staff here seems to be multicultural, which is so important, you know, especially when you're serving these multicultural communities. The face of Toronto has changed, so it's great to see that the staff has changed too.
That shot was an errant shot. Ali not able to get it up in time. And I certainly concur with you, Gary, on multiculturalism. But maintain the standards. That's what I ask.
Exactly.
To maintain the standards. Do not bring the standards down.
Not at all. Not at all.
The standards are high and keep them high.
Oh, yeah. But
Maker on the turnaround. The shot clock continues to be a factor here. 5-point difference.
Maker continuing to play volleyball. Then I just feel that BTB is going a little too far in the shot clock before looking at the basket, and then they're forced to take bad shots as the shot clock expires.
That's a gutsy move by Levi Smith III. We see the officials comparing notes right now. Mohamed asking the officials to rethink the call.
Well, Levi, like, he's all heart. I mean, Levi's at least a foot shorter than Thon, and just no fear there, taking the ball in there to him.
So the call was overturned. BTB is going to take possession of the ball.
This one's far from over, Dana. With the shooting ability and offensive skills of BTB, this thing is far from over.
So there's 6 on the shot clock. They're going to wind this one down. And BTB has got possession of the ball. They'll take it outside. Defensive set for Athlete Institute. Really watching what's happening here. Here's Mohamed with the shot. Off the rim.
They got a great look there. They got the right guy, Mohamed, who was hit at least 8 threes. Had a wide open look there.
Jogo and Mitchell passing back and forth. Here's Maker with the ball. Shot from the pocket. Did not drop. Mohamed's got possession. And they're looking to kick it up very quickly. Ali falls down on the play. Outside, Veira. Ali with the ball. Jumper did not happen. He's gone a little bit cold here in the fourth, Gary. Third quarter was very good for Ali.
Yeah, the third was his quarter tonight.
Veira, Mohamed from the pocket.
Wow.
Not able to hit that one.
Mohamed might have gone cold at the wrong time. He's missed his last 2.
Maker, who continues to surprise me with his ball handling skills.
Oh yeah, like I said earlier, this is a skilled man right there.
25.4 seconds left on the clock. 95-90 in favor of Athlete Institute. Now we're coming down to the wire.
The Athlete Institute has been quite fortunate. BTB has had a couple great looks, but have failed to convert.
So the ball's going to be taken in the offensive zone for Athlete Institute. They're going to work this one around the perimeter. Here's Quentin Gray, and no doubt they're going to utilize that clock. There's the foul. Maker's going to go to the line.
And he's been solid at the line, so good job by Athlete Institute getting it to Maker, who's been a very, very capable free throw shooter.
Actually, he's not going to go to the line. That is not a bonus call, so
that's right.
They're going to take the ball outside. Jogo's going to inbound. 14 seconds left on the shot clock. 16 seconds left on the game clock. Yep. Wow. Jogo with the inbound. There's the foul. At some point, a coach is going to call a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
The officials are conferring with the student representatives here at the scoring bench, making sure that everything is right on the tee. Jogo will inbound the ball. What a matchup. Jogo against Mohamed. But the biggest challenge is with Joshua White, who's matched up against Maker.
And he's done a solid job tonight. You know what I mean? Like BTB has to compete with a player like Thon. You got to do that as a committee. One man cannot guard this guy.
Here's the inbound play. And we got another foul on the play, as it was Tyrell Lundwell who has possession of the ball. So Lundwell is going to go to the line. (95-90) with 14.5 seconds left on the game clock.
Well, yeah, keep fouling. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm done with it?
I love it how our announcers can confer with the head coach on how you want to run operations on your team on the floor.
Absolutely. You want to put him on the line?
But,
get the ball to Mr. Mohamed. He's only about 8 for 10 today from 3.
I'm going to have to definitely pick up Coach Adil's book on how to run an offense and a defense, and confer with broadcast people in the process.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I've ever seen that before. Again, we talked about him being a good leader and seeking advice from those around him.
So the whistle goes off. We've got a timeout.
Well, he has no choice now, Dana. They've got to shoot the 3, man. They're down 6. And they've got a couple great in fact, they've got 3 guys that are very, very good three-point shooters.
Oh, they certainly have the
Ali,
weapons.
And Veira in particular.
You set up those 2 guys. Now, is that what you would call in as an offensive set?
Yes, I'd want to penetrate. In fact, I'd put the ball in Mohamed's and Ali's hand, since he's such a capable penetrator, and have him engage the defense and look for either one of those 2 guys.
Good look at very composed gymnasium right now with all the fans. And Athlete Institute at BTB comparing notes on just what they want to do offensively and defensively. And Gary, you've called in your play to say that, you know, you've got to set up for the shooters. Liban Mohamed and Cordell Veira are your 2 best bets.
Yes. And you can never sleep on Ali. I mean, Ali is Ali, right?
No.
So I like their chances. Like I said, everybody on BTB can shoot the 3.
Okay, so the teams are coming back out on the floor. And again, to all our fans, a 14-second ball game it comes down to. 6-point difference in favor of Athlete Institute. Here's Mohamed with the ball.
Shoot the ball, man.
Outside. The shot from the pocket, and that one goes off the rim. Rebound, high rebound by Levi Smith III, and Athlete Institute has got the ball. They're going to hold on to it.
Came up a little bit short there, Dana. Didn't like the execution.
So we're going to wind this one down with 2.9 seconds left. And Athlete Institute is going to go to the line.
I think Athlete Institute played it quite smart there. They knew that BTB had to shoot threes in order to have a chance there, and they just didn't collapse. So,
well, certainly not for lack of effort from BTB, because they came back from a 15-point difference in the first half to make this one close.
Oh no, they have nothing to be ashamed of. They competed tonight, man. They played a hell of a game.
Here's Jogo at the line. And he'll hit the second of two. Quentin Gray will check out. Jogo will check out. And Santiago will check in alongside Luke Wooters. And they're going to call a timeout. Gary, I don't know why they call a timeout, but I guess Wooters and Santiago will check into the game. Wooters, former Caledon Cougars club player, played in the BioSteel Classic as well.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to get players into the game. And, you know, I like when coaches understand that you never stop coaching, right? Just like teaching. A teacher is never not a teacher. A coach is always coaching. You're trying to get better for the next game. So it's a great opportunity to execute.
Wasn't it Terry Thompson, the legendary basketball coach from Oakwood, who said, play the ball game, but allow me to coach the last 2 minutes of the ball game? Wasn't that him?
Might have been Terry Thompson.
I think it was him.
Yeah. Played for Terry for a year.
Yeah.
A very successful coach at Oakwood Collegiate.
Well, teams coming back out on the floor just to play out this last couple of seconds as the gymnasium starts to file out. Had a chance to see the Maker brothers, who have really created an impact on the basketball community here in Greater Toronto. Here's a setup, and that's not going to drop. That'll end the ball game. 98-90, the final score in favor of Athlete Institute. They take this one on the road, Gary.
Yeah, Dana, a great win for Athlete Institute. This game could have went either way. Way to compete by BTB. They put on a show here tonight.
We're going to wrap up everything here from John Polanyi High School. Again, 98-90 in favor of Athlete Institute over BTB Academy. For Gary Durant and a hardworking production crew, I'm Dana McKeel saying so long. You've been watching a Rogers Sport presentation. Goodbye, everybody.